Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. The Honourable Prime Minister, Deputy Prime Ministers, Cabinet Ministers, Leader of the Opposition, and fellow members of Parliament. Mr. Speaker, sir, I thank you for the opportunity to present my ministerial statement, providing an update on the tertiary scholarships and loan services and the new initiatives for 2025. Mr. Speaker, sir, on behalf of the coalition government, I would also like to wish TSLS a happy 10th year anniversary. So the coalition government is making serious strides towards achieving sustainable development goals on quality education. TSLS plays a critical role by ensuring that the targets on increasing access to tertiary education for youths, including girls and people with disabilities, are met through innovative scholarship and study grant policies. Mr. Speaker, sir, I must also thank TSLS board, CEO and management for coming up with recommendations for new initiatives and value adding to existing schemes in the 24-25 budget, which are based on the premise and rationale to allow greater access for human capital development, to commensurately mitigate loss of labor through migration and have demand-driven skill sets. As announced and passed in the 24-25 national budget, 150.5 million is allocated to sponsor 10,830 new and to continue to fund 9,940 sponsored students. And this allocation, Mr. Speaker, sir, is the highest ever for new intakes. Mr. Speaker, sir, TSLS came up with a recommendation to introduce 2 new overseas schemes for cost-sharing overseas PhD and master scholarship and merit-based postgraduate diploma specialization in service overseas scholarship. I thank TSLS for this initiative, as we need more people with specialist qualification to continue to build intellectual capital in disciplines of medical and health services, engineering, climate change, marine forestry, public policy and analysis, economic modeling and policies, public financing, and veterinary science, and in the field of social science. Mr. Speaker, sir, I thank TSLS for brokering partnerships with 4 Australian universities who will bear tuition fee, whilst government will take care of stipend and miscellaneous. Funding students for overseas scholarship is highly costly to the taxpayers, as it averages $350,000 to $400,000 for a degree program. Therefore, the PhD will cost more, and government would like to thank the following Australian universities for coming on board on this scheme with TSLS. They are Western Sydney University, Swinburne University of Technology, University of Newcastle, Queensland University of Technology, and Monash University will sign MOU later to join the scheme. Mr. Speaker, sir, TSLS also came up with new initiative on graduate business startup scheme. This was timely, as coalition government wants our graduates to also be job creators. In the 24-25 budget, 30 TSLS-sponsored graduates are provided with the opportunity to undergo training and start up a business through training and mentoring by Fiji Commerce and Employers Federation. And this initiative will allow graduates to be job creators. Mr. Speaker, sir, the coalition government is taking another bold step by partnering with the employers with specialized training facilities and resources to train students and employ them after successful completion. And I must thank the TSLS for coming up with the idea as a new scheme of industry employer-based skills qualification scheme will provide opportunity to 300 students to get trained by HECF accredited employer-based providers for skills qualification at Certificate 3, 4 or Diploma Level 5 programs. This will reduce the employer concerns on quality, and this is a game-changer scheme to allow TVET to be employer or industry-led.
Mr. Speaker, sir, previously, all students meeting the educational requirements at any tertiary institution were given loans, but that is not the case today. Mr. Speaker, sir, there are many students who have received admission into programs at universities, but are studying privately. This is because they did not qualify for scholarship or loan. Mr. Speaker, sir, the previous government established a sustainable funding model for tertiary education, creating a revolving fund for future students intending to study in tertiary institutions. Unfortunately, this government has created an unsustainable financial model where every year taxpayers fork out around $150 million for tertiary education. Mr. Speaker, sir, $150 million could have gone towards public goods, hospital, roads, bridges, and other important developments. The government is given budgetary support by Australia and New Zealand. Students in these countries, they are on higher education contribution scheme, not like ours. Mr. Speaker, sir, the reality is that many of our graduates, they are now sitting at home without jobs, and many more will join them. The government has imposed 50% penalties for forfeiting bonds if they wish to seek opportunities offshore. How does this help our graduates or the economy? Remittances sent by unemployed students working abroad can contribute positively to our foreign exchange. Unfortunately, this government is not creating jobs, but punishing the unemployed graduates. Mr. Speaker, sir, the government decision to write off students' debts has cost over $600 million, directly equating to the current budget deficit. Converting the student loan scheme to a scholarship is not sustainable for a small economy like ours. Even larger economies like Australia continue to maintain a loan scheme for tertiary education.